What's up everyone? I have a 5 boar victory for you today, and you can see I had an unsuccessful run right before this. I think I was grinding 5 badgers. Unsuccessfully, sadly, I still don't have that one and I'll keep grinding for it. But for the time being, we get 5 boars, which is very nice. I don't have 5 boars, so I was very happy to grab this 5 of a kind. And Boar is actually a pretty decent unit because it gains stats mid-fight, which is a lot better than some other tier 6s that have lackluster abilities, that is in the fight. So maybe if you get lucky to get matched up against a summon team, you can maybe win off that, win just off the Boar's ability. Unfortunately, I don't think that nowadays people play a lot of summon builds because they mostly play camel with a rabbit, maybe transition into an elephant after that and maybe go for a food build, but whatever the case, if we do get lucky and match up against the summon team, we'll have some advantage. But that's not going to matter for a little while because Boar comes at tier 6, which means turn 9 at the very least, but I think in this run we find it on turn 11 and onwards. So for now we're just going to find a way to survive and maybe set ourselves up for a Boar transition. You can see that I pick up a swan here. I think at one point in the run I was convinced that I was going to go for 5 of a kind swan, that's maybe why I put the meat bone on there. But yeah, swan is just very useful to have in general. Generating more gold means more rolls to find more boars, and more gold means also more scaling, so it's basically more of everything that you want, and it's very good to bring a swan in the end game if you can afford it. For now I don't really know what I'm looking for, perhaps more swans, and I indeed find one. Maybe I should be setting up for a level up into a monkey on turn 7 is also very good to see. And I think this is what I'm about to do here, like swans are separate, but we shall see. I don't really remember what happens very clearly. Thankfully we do win here, the mat was very fortunate for us. Yeah, it seems that I'll be abstaining from leveling up on this turn, maybe saving it for the next. We even find another swan in the shop, which is very nice. More gold and another giraffe, which I think I might even include right now. Put it behind the other swan. I guess not, but I would give the swan a garlic. A 1-2 with garlic, extremely useful to have. I think this is going to be a loss just looking at the stats of the opponent, yup. But we are nearing that point where we are starting to maybe delve into the late game units. We get a turkey here, which I think I will take because it's also enabling easier transitions. Let's see. Yep, turkey first, maybe crocodile second, yup. And now that giraffe is level 2, I was convinced that I was going to buff both swans with it. Even though I think in a turn or two I'm actually going to combine them, but it's always a good idea to have a backup plan. Like if you're not going to get a late game 5 of a kind, why not transition into this 5 swan ordeal? And now it's a 2-3 with garlic, so it's actually a little bit more useful, but I'm pretty sure the garlic is going to make no difference whatsoever. Yeah, we lose regardless, even if the garlic wasn't there. But starting next turn we can finally level up into tier 6 units, which I think is actually very relevant for this run, because even though we didn't level into Boar, we leveled up into something pretty useful. You can see there that I did the combine trick. I removed the meat bone from the stronger swan to give it a garlic instead, because that's going to be more useful. I don't know if it's going to make a difference on this turn, probably not, seeing how weak their team is. Yep, we win effortlessly. And that's kind of what's going to happen when you're at 2 trophies and 1 heart on turn 8. Okay, so we level here, we find the cat, which is very nice to have. I'm not interested in any cows because None of these units, I'm convinced, are going to stay for the long term. Seeing the canned food in the shop, I think I got an epiphany that I'm going to do the 50-50 shop perhaps, or not. Maybe I do that with a later can, but at one point I'm going to start shop scaling if I'm not mistaken, and it's going to be very useful to bring in multiple scaled up boars. We were lucky to row into another can instantly, so we take this one now that the cat is level 2. And to include the boar, I think the first boar I included just for extra safety because it's a good unit to have on the team, and pretty strong stat line, 15-12, it's going to gain plus 4/2 with its first fight, so it's going to be a 19-14. Yup, it's going to carry us for this round, taking out 2 units, including one of their strongest. And it's pretty good actually that we were losing so much so early on, because now we have a lot of turns to find what we need. And now that I find the second boar, I think I'm finally convinced to go 5 of a kind boar. A level on the boars isn't actually the best thing. Like, the ability isn't improved that much. You get +8/+4, which you usually want more HP than more attack, so you don't really care about getting +8 attack because you already have a sufficient amount on attack, I would assume, for most fights anyway. So yeah, I unfreeze the chocolate here, take some equipment, make sure that the ability triggers twice. And I think I should probably be rolling for more boars. And probably skipping out on most foods unless it's the best food, that being pear, sushi or pizza. Even pizza may not be worthwhile because it's not guaranteed to go on the 2 boars. It's not even guaranteed to go on the single boar, so that's unfortunate, but with 3 boars our chances are much improved. Unfortunately we did have 1 miss, and 1 miss here as well. But it's fine, we have 3 very scaled up boars, and all that's left for us is basically to find the other 2, maybe scale up if we can, and put some equipment on. I think these are pretty decently statted up boars, considering the fact that you're most likely going to gain a lot of stats during the game because of boar's ability. Thankfully the sushi hits there were pretty decent. I freeze equipment here because, or rather I freeze food because I rather save it for the cat's ability for next turn. Now that it has triggers, you actually have to play around it a little bit in order to preserve the double buff for when you can actually get it. But I think this is going to be the final round. Let's see if we find the boar first. We obviously do, but it's going to take a little while. Yup. Actually, it took so long that we can't actually get any of the food that's frozen, but that's not going to matter at all. And yeah, this is going to be the final team. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.